Hi guys, I'm Becca.
And I'm Tay.
And we are
the Forsons. And welcome to the channel.
Today we're just going to be sharing our experience on, I guess, basically just being pregnant with twins.
Yes. The crazy thing is that it's two boys.
Yes, we're excited. I'm due in a couple of weeks, but we just wanted to talk about some of the things that have just been said to us.
I mean, pretty much we've been trying for a whole year, and we've been going through infertility. It's been a little bit tough, very tough, very, very tough.
It was actually an early diagnosis of infertility. I know about a year or over a year to get diagnosed with infertility. In my case, so just to try to condense the story down, like right before we got married, I was pressured by a lot of people around me, and that's how I felt. I think some people would say differently. I felt that everyone was like, you need to get on birth control, you don't want to have a baby right away.
And it was a lot of concerns too, because people was like, oh yeah, you want to get this because this happened to this person, or you want to get this because you get pregnant so fast. People were so worried about us that they didn't be worried about themselves.
Yeah, even our immediate family.
Yeah.
But I just felt so pressured to get on birth control. And I was on birth control previously. I was trying out a few different ones. I was just way too emotional on that. So I stopped.
Bro, anybody that, is a husband out there, I'm with you, man. Like,
okay.
It's tough, man.
But no, so I was on the pill, and then I stopped it. And then I started to notice also I was gaining a little bit of weight. And we were dating, and I know that it's called like happy weight.
Yeah.
When you date.
I gained so much weight. I probably gained like 150 pounds.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Probably, I don't know. I don't know how much weight, like I gained about 50 pounds, but the weight that I gained, it wasn't like maybe 5 or 10 pounds. Like I gained an excessive amount of weight, and it was due to other things. It wasn't due to me dating and me eating. It was due to other things.
It could be stress too, so.
Yeah.
So I think for me, stress was the number one thing too, but it's a good. Sorry.
No, you're good. And then I ended up trying the patches, and I got so sick. Like I was extremely nauseous, and that was like 2 or 3 months before our wedding. And I realized, okay, maybe I just don't need to do birth control at all. And a couple of days before the wedding, again, or actually like 2 weeks before the wedding, again, multiple people, so it wasn't just one, multiple people asking me, are you getting on birth control? Like, what birth control are you going to use? And I wasn't sure. And so finally I ended up just getting the depot shot because I heard that it was effective right away and it lasts for 3 months.
Oh man, it was horrible.
So not only was it horrible for him as a husband, me as a wife, going through it was bad. Going through just the emotional, like just, I don't even know how to describe it.
Man, you can sneeze and she get upset with you. You can cough, she get upset. If you go to the bathroom, she be looking for you. I'm telling you, it's bad. She think that you cheating on her because you in the bathroom taking a dump and playing Call of Duty in front. I play a lot of Call of Duty mobile. And she gets stressed out, you know what I'm saying? So.
It was bad. So I wasn't on that birth control, or I just did the 1 round of it. After that, I stopped it. But the thing is, so my menstrual cycle should have came back right away. Long story short, it did not. That's when things start to go downhill. So from what I've been told, I know there's many people who are going to say different things. From what my nurse practitioner told me, and she's worked with women, birth control, with all of that for years, knows what she's talking about. My period should have came back right away, but it did not.
Yeah, it took a while. She didn't have a period for a long time.
It took like over almost a year for it to come back.
And it wasn't even regular either. Like, was it like spotting a little bit? Or?
No, I wasn't spotting.
Not at all?
It was just irregular. It was just, I did spot.
That lets you know what I know. I don't know.
It was stupid. It was bad. It was absolutely bad. But
and what makes it rough too is that I was taking hardcore accounting classes.
Yes.
So I'm trying to juggle that.
And then we also dealing with immediate family issues.
Yeah.
Like
extended family issues too.
Yes. We're very religious. If you don't know, we are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I just started to get this feeling that maybe we should have kids. Like, I don't really want to have kids right now. I kind of want to do my own thing.
Yeah, actually, I'm like, you sure? Like, because, we also was having, like, stuff happen in our life that we feel like that we should have kids. Yeah. But, like, it was, like, from God. It was from God that we should.
But we started to feel like maybe we should have kids, and we started to think about it. Octavius has always wanted to have kids. So it was never, but for me, I was like, I also, too, I gained a lot of weight, and I was like, well, I want to lose weight, to make sure I'm in the right, shape and health and all of these things. And again, even before I started, before I was on the birth control, I was actually not in good health either. So I just want to say that. But I look good, but I was not really healthy. I just want to speak on that for a second. Long story short, prayed. I was like, Tay, we should have kids. And he's like, okay, like, let's do it. We technically started trying before that. We really started to like put in effort. But again, you cannot get pregnant if you don't have a period, not ovulating. I ended up going to the doctor and I was so sick. And I did not know why I was so sick. And finally, she ran a bunch of tests and she was like, you're insulin resistant. And I was like, well, what the heck is that? Pretty much being insulin resistant, it's like having type 2 diabetes. And I could not believe it. My sugar levels were so high, and it kind of explained why I was just feeling crappy in general. I'm gonna say this, I'm very grateful for my friend for referring me to that nurse practitioner. Kind of also seeing other doctors and stuff before that.
And you know who you are, if you ever watch this video.
Yeah, you know who you are. So I'm very grateful, and I ended up building a great connection with my nurse practitioner now. I don't see her anymore because obviously I'm going to OB, but if I do need to ever go back, I mean, I always can. It's the town that we live in. She's booked all the time. Like, she's not even accepting new patients at this time.
Yeah, she's from Georgia, right?
Yeah, she's originally from Georgia. So the thing is like, also too, I wanted to mention that this as well. This story is not scattered. Being a woman of color and going to the doctors, it's very hard when you say, I'm not feeling good and this is what I think is wrong, or like you're asking for help trying to figure out what's wrong with you, because I feel like I've always been brushed aside, and that's happened most of my life. And honestly, we could have caught me being insulin resistant when I was in high school, and my nurse practitioner even said that this could have been prevented years ago. But lack of,
experience, education, what is it?
Lack of care, like just lack of care, that some of these providers, they just didn't care. I don't even know how to explain it, but I'm grateful for Becky, that's her name. Yes, we have the same name. So I'm grateful for Becky because she really helped me to feel better. I started on medication. So the medication that I started on first was metformin, and we started on the metformin, and that wrecked my stomach, by the way, but I did my best to continue with it. We started on the metformin, and the metformin we did so it could trigger my menstrual cycle. That's what we did, but it did not. And then also, I don't think I mentioned this, I have PCOS. And so each person that has PCOS is different. So mine, it's insulin resistance. And there can be a few other things as well going along with PCOS, but that's a separate video in itself.
Yeah, but for the bright side of the story, I think, like, she went to the hospital. I went to the doctors. I wasn't there with her, but she said that one of the nurses or the doctor said that her eggs released.
Oh yeah, so that was like much after. Like, I ended up taking some fertility medication too, and I went to have an ultrasound to see if I had endometriosis because we could not figure out like why I was not getting pregnant. And we were like, well, you're healthy. We went to naturopathic, but they did the same thing that the doctors do, like this test, and like your not your eggs, but like your ovaries look great. Did an ultrasound, like your ovaries look great. So we could not understand why I was not pregnant. Endometriosis test was clear, but she did tell me this one I did take medication for. Long story short, I ended up going to have a test to see if I had endometriosis. I was already taking other medications as well to trigger periods, and etc. Again, we'll do a longer video, like a longer extended video later. But and he was like, you have 4 eggs released, and I was like, oh, interesting, like what do you mean? She's like, you pretty much you can get pregnant. And I was like, oh, I was happy to hear that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
2 eggs released on one side, 2 eggs released on another side.
So it was a chance of 1 kid, 2 kids,
3 kids, 4 kids.
5 times.
And when she told me that, I was a little stressed because
Forsons, I'm just playing.
I'm dead. Forsons. I was a little stressed because I was just like, we had obviously been having sex without protection. Why use protection when you haven't gotten pregnant in a year? So what's the point of using protection? Like,
I use on birth control, but the birth control like negative effects. So
yeah, like also too, like apparently depending on your weight, certain birth controls don't even work, and apparently the Depo shot. This is from what I've seen and heard and etc. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I'm still learning about birth control and different things like that. But apparently, depending on your weight, some birth control is not even effective. That's just what I've heard. I started getting sick, so
yeah.
I don't know.
First trimester, we didn't realize, was it September?
Yeah, end of September. So wait, so this is the crazy thing. So I had started to like get really depressed and down because I'm like, we prayed about this. We got an answer that we should start trying, and now we're having all these issues. And then also too, like seeing other people, you know, around you pregnant, have children, it kind of makes you feel depressed.
Yeah,
because
she was going through it like hardcore.
Because you feel like you're like, well, what's wrong with me? You know, and you feel like you're not progressing in life. And it's the same thing with dating. And I would tell certain people this, like when you are dating and you see people get engaged, compare yourself, and being married, when people have children, you compare yourself. And it's just like this never ending cycle of comparing yourself.
And, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. When you compare yourself to others, you're not happy. So you gotta stop doing that. And that's even for us in general too. So
yeah. Long story short, I was actually in massage therapy school, and I started getting really sick, and I was just like, something's wrong. I didn't pay attention to it because I was like, it is what it is. Like maybe it's the flu, could be COVID, who knows? But I honestly was convinced that I had COVID because how sick I was just not feeling good.
Yeah, she was sick real bad. She was like, yeah, Tay, I might have COVID. I was like, I don't think so, because you would have got sick. I definitely would have got sick too. So.
But like I was just super nauseous, and then also too I started eating weird things. I mean, I don't know. That's just what happened to me. I was like, let me just, you know, take some tests, because I had these ovulation tests that came with pregnancy tests as well. I started taking just these little cheap pregnancy tests, and I started to slightly see a faint line, because also I was supposed to have a period, and if I didn't have a period, I had to call in, put a prescription in to get progesterone, and just start to see these faint lines. And then finally I was like, I need to go and buy a digital test. So I went to the store.
But first you told me, hey Taylor, I think I'm pregnant. Look, I was like, yeah, I do see the faint line.
Oh, I think that, yeah.
So we had to ask that same friend that referred her to that nurse, that nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
The same friend that asked her for a ride to Walgreens. Oh, no. I thought it was Walgreens, my bad.
No, it was a local store here in our town. I went there, and the thing is like, at this store, prices are just way too high for everything that's in there. But I spent like $30 on pregnancy tests. I don't even think you even knew.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that.
But I got the digital ones because I wanted to I was for sure that I was pregnant, because up until that day I started to get darker and darker. But these are cheap tests, so I wasn't 100% sure. Finally, we got a digital test, and then I got another set of tests just in case those didn't work. And she's like, Becca, she's like, I don't know, like you need to take it tonight. But I was like, what if my HGC levels aren't like strong enough? And then I was like, fine, like what's the worst that could happen? You know, I have another one, and then I have 2 other ones. So I take the digital test. I was pregnant, and I was super shocked, because I wasn't expecting that. Like, you know, I started this new journey with massage therapy school, and not that I wasn't disappointed that I was pregnant, I just could not believe that I was pregnant. And I still didn't believe that I was pregnant until we went to my first OB appointment.
Yeah, it was crazy. And that's with the doctor, right? Where we found out.
With Dr. Prince.
Yeah, Dr.
So,
Prince.
And here's another thing. So I got really sick, and I got sick again.
And before that too, we won't insert probably the video in between this of you know, our reaction. So you see.
Octavius, I'm pregnant. What the heck? Oh my god. What the heck? That's insane. I'm not even joking. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
That's what we wanted.
Dang, what the heck? I was like freaking out the whole time. But I started to, you know, tell Tay, I really don't feel good. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm feeling like, you know, just super nauseous. I wasn't necessarily throwing up all the time. It was so nauseous, and I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I mean, other than I knew I was pregnant. And then I started telling Octavius, I was like, I think I'm pregnant with twins.
And I believed her. I automatically believed her, because I was like, she would know better than I would. I was like, I think so too. And I would tell people, yeah, she's pregnant. People were like, oh, what do you think? It's gonna be a boy or girl? I was like, I think it's twins. People there, and they was like, for real? I said, yeah,
people thought we were crazy. But I told Tay, I was like, I am 90% sure. I don't know if you remember that. I said, I am 90% sure I am pregnant with twins.
Because Dr. Prince had made a bet with her. He was like, hey, like, if it's not twins, you owe me Chick-fil-A.
No.
Oh, popcorn. Chicago popcorn.
Chicago popcorn. That's what I told him I'll bring him. And then I said, if it's twins, you owe me Chick-fil-A.
And then he asked me what I was like, I agree with her because I felt the same way.
But there's no way, like, I knew. I was like, there's no way that I could not be pregnant with twins, because I was so sick. You normally get sick in like the 3rd month. I was sick like before I was pregnant.
It was crazy. And from my vantage point, when he did the ultrasound, saying 2 eggs,
I was just like,
oh my God! Wow!
I could not believe it.
I had a grin on both sides. You know, I look like the Joker or something.
I did. But I
was like, wait, I couldn't believe it. I looked, I was like, hold. It's 2.
He said, no. Dr. Prince was like, oh my God.
I guess I'll be owing you Chick-fil-A.
He could not believe it. And I was like, wait, what's wrong? And he's like, it's twins. And I was like, you're kidding me.
For a second, I thought he was going to say triplets. I would have passed.
I know.
Out.
I thought he was going to say, like, it's 4 babies. But it was twins. And we saw their 2 tiny little heartbeats. And we just could not believe that.
It's crazy. So it was possibly, it could have been 2 boys, 2 girls, or a boy and a girl. So, yeah. And then the chances of them being identical and fraternal, like, it was all those things.
Well, no. He told us that they were fraternal twins. We knew that they were fraternal twins because...
But it's a chance they could still be identical.
Yes, but probably not because of how far apart that they are.
That's true.
One probably was ovulated or conceived on one day, and then one probably was conceived a few days later. So they still could be identical. Who knows? But they are die twins, so they have separate sacs, separate placentas, separate everythings, umbilical cords, all of that. They have their own separate everything. So when I give birth to one baby, the placenta will be taken out, and then baby 2, the placenta will be taken out. So my twin pregnancy is actually the safest twin pregnancy. I mean, again, I'm very blessed because I haven't had any issues. Little things here and there that normal pregnant people go through with twins, but I still can't believe that, like, we have 2 healthy baby boys.
Yes, 2 boys, crazy. And we're so happy when we found out. And,
I did want to say this: being pregnant with twins, it's been hard, but also a blessing, because when I found out that there was 2, like when it was confirmed that day that I needed both of those boys, because I also had a very spiritual experience where the spiritual experience that I had, and not that I knew that I'd be pregnant with twins, because I did not know, but it was 2 children in that experience. I'm like, the chances of this are very, very low. I knew that I needed both of them from the day that I knew that it was confirmed that it was 2 of them, because they have just made me a lot stronger than I ever have been. Like, I can't imagine having one baby. Like, I honestly can't. Like, I need both my boys. Like, I can honestly say that I need both my boys.
Yeah, I'm excited to be a father of 2 sons and to, be a leader and an example to them. So,
yes, raise some young gentlemen.
Anybody of you guys, anybody that you know that's had twins, or anybody that had twins or going to have twins, please comment down below.
Or if you are a twin.
Yeah, please comment down below. Any advice or any experiences that y'all had with either raising twins or growing up as a twin. Second, I just want to know your experience, because I know some people that have twins have it as their last, or as like they have twins first and then they have twins again. So
we've seen this couple. They actually are from Georgia as well. They had 2 twin boys.
That's crazy.
And then they had a second set of twin boys.
That's crazy.
And they could not believe it.
Yeah, but
they could not believe it.
Yeah, let us know, comment down below and give us your thoughts, and that'll be it. So,
yeah.
Thank you. Goodbye.